Hey, I'm Brooke Crawford Phillips. I am the principal at Marzano Mountain, and I am going to go over the leading indicator 4.1. Clear and measurable goals are established and focused on critical needs regarding improving achievement of individual students within the school. So, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the surveys, the data from the surveys. Based on this data, I did determine that this is an area of strength for our school. So the administrative survey overall mean was 3.64. The teacher's survey was 3.97. The parent and guardian survey was 3.33. And the student survey was 3.54. So based on this data, I determined that this is an area of strength for our school. We use data daily. It drives everything we do at Marzano Mountain, and we have lots of different data we look at. One of the things that we look at is M-Class. That's for K-3 students, and it tracks their reading progress. We are also on a testing schedule that we do beginning of the year. We do a monthly progress monitoring just to see where they're at the time. We do a middle of the year and a end of the year testing, data testing. So we also use iReady Math. We use iReady Math in grades K through 12 and iReady Reading in grades 4 through 8. We look at these data sources monthly at our monthly data meetings. In these meetings, it's me, my assistant principal, Mr. Kirby, my math coach, my literacy coach, and the teachers of the grade level and the students. We don't involve the students in our monthly data meetings, but the teachers do incorporate data with their students that I will talk about here in a little bit. During our monthly meetings, we started using some hands-on data charts. That's just a visual for the teachers. One thing we do is anybody that is on PST or did not meet benchmark for whatever test we're doing, whether it be M-Class or iReady, the teachers have a graph that they fill out, and it kind of highlights which students they need to focus on. But we also have some hands-on data charts that are in our copy room that we pull down for each data meeting, and the teachers actually physically get to move the kids either up or down based on how their scores were from the iReady or M-Class data. We use this data to focus in on our Tier 1 and Tier 2 instruction. So we use this data, especially the M-Class and iReady, we use that to create our small groups with Tier 2 in grades K through 3 for reading. And our Tier 3 reading groups are formed as by a one-on-one assessment that's administered by either the teacher or the reading coach, and it's called the Letters Phonics Screener. And these groups are reevaluated and adjusted every 4.5 weeks based on that screener and on M-Class and iReady results. For Tier 3 math groups, we use Do the Math, and that is done by the math coach and or the teacher. And those are also reshuffled at every 4.5 weeks or at the midterm, just like the reading is. We do the Tier 3 reading first thing in the morning, the first 30 minutes of the day, and we do the math the last 30 minutes of the day. So all of those groups are strictly based on data, and it's looked at by, like I said, everybody that's in those data meetings, me, my assistant, the teachers, the math coach, and the reading coach. In grades 4 through 8, they are already implementing proficiency scales. They have dove in. They are fully implementing proficiency scales this year. Our grades K through 3 and 9 through 12 have begun implementing them. But in all of our grades, we are using student checklists for each proficiency scale that they can track where they are on the scale and know specifically what goals they have and specifically where they will go or what the next steps are for them to improve their grade and to ultimately be proficient on the grade level standards that they need in order to be successful. Once they are able to check off the part of the proficiency scale, the students have a scale that they or on the tracker that they check it off on, and the teachers also have one that's a little bit more standards based, and so the teachers and the students work together to show and to keep up with mastery of the scales. Another thing that our 5th through 8th grade is doing, and I did include a piece of evidence that has it, but they are tracking their iReady. So every time that a student masters a skill on iReady, and those skills are based on their needs. So they take a pre-test. iReady gives them a skills to work on to help improve the areas that they need. But every time they master a skill, they are able to go to a chart that's in the classroom, and they're able to put a sticker on it to show their own growth. And the kids love it. They're taking ownership in it. But on the chart, there is like a highlighted area. That's where the teacher has the goal for the student. But if you look at the chart, you will see that most of our students have exceeded the goal. And I think that's really great. And it's a visual that they can be included in and take ownership of their own learning. But yeah, this is how we track data. Another thing that we do for grades 9 through 12 is we look at ACT, pre-ACT, and ACT work keys. We use that data to drive our instruction as well. We use that data to create iExcels for the students to work on during their RTI period that are based strictly on their needs, based on how they did on the pre-ACT, ACT, or ACT work keys. And iExcel will create lessons for them that they can practice directly on the skills that they need to be able to master or show proficiency on the test. But all in all, I do think that this is a strength for our school. It's something that we really focus on, if not daily, at least weekly. We're always looking at data. I have weekly meetings with my reading coach and my math coach, and